1 crow to 10 crows. There were 2 men named Akak and Akil who lived in 2 different villages, and had different opinions. Akak put manure in a jar and sealed it. And Akil made a little sword and put it in a big scabbard. Akil took his sword over his shoulder to sell, and Akak took his jar of prahuk to sell too. Akak went from here and Akil came from here. When they met each other, Akak called out, "Come to buy my prahuk. My prahuk is delicious and boneless. You can make soup or eat it fresh. Come on and buy it." Akil answered warmly, "I am sorry, because I can't sell my sword. I don't have any money. Could you exchange your prahuk and my sword?" Suddenly Akak saw the long sword and said yes. Akil gave the sword to Akak and spoke proudly, "My sword is very sharp. I made it from magnet. Don't open it unless you need it. You can't open it now, because if you open it on the way home, you could not put it in, and you will be blinded. I am very sorry to sell it. If I weren't starving, I would not have sold it to you." Akak gave the jar to Akil and told him, "My prahuk is it very delicious. You can open it when you eat it. Don't open it right now, because it will be spoilt. I want to tell you how to eat it. If you want to eat it at the same time that you open it. This is very delicious." They went back home. When Akak arrived home, he told his wife, "Cook soon. I have some prahuk." His wife asked him, "Where did you get?" "I got it from Akil. I exchanged my little sword with Akil for this prahuk," said Akak. His wife was very happy and thought, "My husband knows how to trade a little sword for delicious prahuk." Then she washed a dish to put the prahuk in, and she opened the jar with a blunt knife, and then she put her hand in the jar to take out the prahuk and put it in the dish to steam it. The manure was on her fingers. Then she put them in her mouth to taste it and said, "Wow! The prahuk stinks like manure. Come and taste it." When her husband tasted it, he said sourly, "It is manure." She vomited and offended her husband. When Akil arrived home, he told his wife, "1 jar of manure can be exchanged for a long sword." Meanwhile, when a dog urinated on the flowers, Akil threw the sword at the dog to stay him with the sharp sword. When he opened it, he saw the sword was too short. Then he came into the house to show his lovely wife, and then they laughed. Finally Akil told his wife, "Akak is clever as I am. I want him to be my friend and I will play tricks on people with him." Akak went back to see Akil and he met him on the way. When Akak saw Akil reach him, he smiled widely. "Where are you going?" "I come to see you and ask you to be my friend," said Akil. "I come to ask you to be my friend too," said Akak. Then they went to a rich man's house. The rich man had just died and was in the coffin to be burned. All the rich man's family wept. Akil and Akak asked the neighbors, "Why do they weep?" The neighbors told them the rich man has died. The two friends then planned to write a false letter to show the rich man's family and to tell them that the rich man gave this letter to one of them before he had died, to come to take his goods. One of them went stealthily into the coffin, and the other took the false letter to the rich man's family. None in the rich man's family saw the one who crept stealthily into the coffin, because all the laymen pored over prayer book to pray and the entire family was grieving. Hok took the false letter to show them. They read the poor boy, called Hok, is my foster son, now I am old. Oh, son, come to take the goods. The members of the rich man's family did not agree with him, because the letter has no signature and stamp. Hok told them, please ask your father who is in the coffin. If he does not talk, I am playing tricks on you. The rich man's son called his father in the coffin. Akil, who was in the coffin, answered, did you give a letter to your son to take the good? The son said, yes, I did. Load my goods in a big cart and give it to him, said Akil. The son was duped by the tricks of Akil and Hok. Then they were very angry with their strange father who died and talked. They wanted to open the coffin, but the relatives said that if someone saw the corpse would frighten them at night, so they believed the relatives, and then they gave the goods to Hok. They pulled a big cart full of the goods and grieved because they were sorry for their goods. Hok rode the cart full of the goods to his house. Akil crept out of the coffin and ran to meet Hok, and both thought, now we have a lot of goods, but we are hungry. If we stop to cook, it may be that some thieves will come to rob our goods. Now Hok, wait for me here, I go to beg food for you. Akil went to a village to beg food. When he got some food, he put poison in the food, because he wanted to kill Hok and take all the goods. When Akil went to beg food from people, Hok set a trap to kill Akil, because he wanted to own all the goods too. That time Akil ate some food and brought some food for Hok, but he put the poison in the food for Hok. When Akil came from begging food, the trap killed him. Then Hok saw Akil die. He went straight to eat the food, and then he died too. After they died, the oxen pulled the cart with goods away and they broke off the yoke. The cart full of goods got stuck by the lake. In the morning, a man came and saw the cart. He was happy but afraid. He thought, a poor person never has goods like this. If I take these goods home, it may be dangerous. Then he pulled the cart into the river and came back home. When the man reached home, he wanted to test his wife, and he thought, if my wife is a good woman, I will take all the goods home. If I tell her something, she may tell someone and I will give all the goods to the government. I want only freedom. He told his wife, when I went to the restroom, one crow flew out from my anus. but you must not tell it to anyone. It is not good to tell about me. If anyone knows that and we cannot give the proof, I shall be spread on the cross or in the prison." His wife went to tell someone that her husband went to the restroom. There 2 crows flew out from his anus and she said, "Do not tell anyone." 1 crow from the man's anus got out from mouth to mouth until it became 10 crows. When the king heard this story, he told his men to bring that man to him, and then the king asked him, "Is it true or not?" The man told the king, "Sir, I told a lie to my wife, because I wanted to know whether she would tell it to somebody or not. I saw a cart full of goods." The man told the king and pointed out that place where the cart was to the king. The king gave half of the goods to the man.